polls. It looks like David Lee DeCoo Sr. is the dad. I don't have a phone number for him yet, but I found a different phone number for Kimberly, and I'm having my partner call them now.
Thank you.
Next door is King George Charles, 553, White Camry.
Kimberly's going outside. Copy, straight down the street.
Kimberly?
About taking the dog outside?
Hey, Kimberly?
Yes?
Will you just walk towards me down here at the foot of the driveway for me?
I can't really walk that well.
Okay. Are you doing okay tonight?
Not really.
Okay, did you call the police?
No, I didn't.
Okay,
Did you call him?
well, we got a call about a live stream going on that's got some people a little upset.
Yeah, that's us. He was in here
Okay.
threatening us.
Who else is that walking out behind you
My
there?
husband,
Okay. What's his relationship to David?
Dave's dad.
Okay. So you were parents of
Threatened
David?
to kill his dad.
Yeah, that's what we were hearing on the live stream.
Can
Okay.
you take him to jail?
Take David to jail for that. We can get some information and definitely start taking some.
I'm involved in charges.
You are? Okay. Would you like to walk further over here to the right for me? So you don't have to walk far, but we've got officers that may be making contact with him. And so rather than keep you in the middle of it, we can come over here and talk and get some more information from you.
This downhill, I can't
That's fine.
go.
You can just stay right there. I was just getting you out of the way of the doorway.
I usually
Okay.
wake up
That's
early.
fine. You can stay up at the top of the driveway.
I usually
Stay
wake
up
up
here,
early.
Dave.
Okay. What was the argument about?
Oh, I come in the living room, started my coffee pot, and then she come behind me and heard this weird noise in the bedroom, and we thought he was dying or something.
Right.
Turns out there's a crazy dog in there, a little dog he brought home,
Okay.
barking away, and
The threats he made, was it with weapons? Did he say how he was going to do anything?
He said if he had a gun, he'd shoot his dad.
Okay.
And then he said
he's crazy.
he's gonna beat the fuck out of him. And
But does he have any weapons in the house that you know of?
he has his own room, so I
Okay,
have no
so you
idea
don't know.
what he's got.
Okay.
To
Didn't
be
see a
honest.
weapon out whenever he was making the threats. He just
No, but
said he would.
gets right up and come here, Dave.
Yeah.
Like this.
Quite close.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking kill you!
That's that's fine. That's the information that we were getting. So we're just making sure that that we've talked to everybody
I would
inside.
like
Is
him
it
to be
just you?
arrested.
Is it just you three in the house?
And the dog.
Did y'all hear anything in the back?
Okay.
And when you leave here,
Yeah.
we're gonna be in even more danger.
Yeah. Does he know? I mean, does he know that we're here?
Probably.
Okay. Did you tell him that you were going out to talk with police
No.
when you stepped outside? Okay.
Yeah, Larry's on the back door.
So he may or may not know. It's possible that he does.
How do I go about filing that charge?
I think the bigger first step would be a protective order. So we can explain how to get a protective order.
Can we get an emergency protection order?
Right. So an order for emergency protection, that would be filed at Tulsa County in person in front of a judge, and that would be if it was granted, he would have to vacate the premises most likely.
They make those go about
Can we confirm whether or not there's weapons in the house?
What's that?
Go down and do that court
Feeling
thing.
us.
They kept having to come back and come back.
Weapon status is unknown. They just threatened to use them if he had them, but they didn't see any, and they don't know if he has any.
They don't have any weapons.
Don't say that. You don't know that.
Well, all we know is he didn't show you weapons and threaten you with a weapon that you saw. So that's what we're letting them know about. We never like to say that there are no weapons because there could always be a weapon somewhere.
It's 10-4.
And so our goal is to make
I can't keep going downtown. I'm
Is-
too old.
to basically make contact with him, to check on him, talk to him probably.
He needs
But-
mental health help.
Right, so we've been out previously in the past. We've got some history with him, history of violence, and he's got a lot of stuff to deal with. So sometimes us being here and trying to take really heavy action on threats or threats of violence can be a little more detrimental than just going to get the protective order. So if he doesn't know that we're here, and he doesn't know that, he doesn't think you're out here trying to get him arrested, that gives you time to get the protective order. Depending on the severity of the threats and what we can observe, we may or may not be able to arrest on those. It could be documented, and charges could ultimately be filed, but it wouldn't be necessarily quick enough for tonight.
What about the charges that I want to refile?
That would probably be best discussed with a detective.
They told me to call Broken Arrow Police Department.
Right. So you would discuss.
It's for a felony.
Yeah, because it depends on like why it wasn't filed to begin with, what's changed. The detective.
Aggravated assault causing grave bodily injury.
Right. So we'd have to figure out why the charges didn't make it all the way through. You said refiling.
I was pretty confused.
Okay.
At the time that the police were questioning me.
Right. So sounds like officers are talking to him in the back.
What was he doing? Sneaking out?
Oh, I don't know. I just heard that they were out with him. So the fact that we're out with him.
It wasn't gunshots, was it?
No. The fact that we were out with him, the fact that we have contact with him, is better for you and better in this case. So we can move back up towards the porch now that he's.
Somebody get behind me, please. It's hard to do in the dark.
To get all the necessary possible statements that we might need.
Can we go in?
Yes, we'll come back to the door to get some information from you, just a few minutes, okay? If you'll stay in the house, we'll be back to knock on the door and get more information from you. 216, I'm coming around. Just coming in the backyard. They're back in the house. I just wanted to make sure that he was outside the house because I sent them back in the house.
Yeah, I'm right here. I'll be coming out here.
Okay.
Do you want me to recourse and talk to them?
I didn't do anything.
Yeah. They're back.
Yeah.
I sent him back in.
Am I in trouble? What am I in trouble for? Can you tell me what I did?
Was he?
Hey, can you tell me what I did? Like when I'm getting
You're
in trouble?
detained right
But
now.
I'm not arrested for anything.
You're not free to leave, okay?
I understand the same, man. I understand.
Thank you. So we're getting ready to do it.
Yes, sir, no problem.
But we're gonna get you into a car seated.
Okay. And then talk to me. I'm not. You guys seem reasonable. I wasn't trying to
That's
run
cool.
or nothing. You see, I put my hands up.
Yeah.
You good?
We can get through unless he crawls through or...
No, I can't go through that. I can't bend down like that.
Okay. All right. We can go this way then.
All right. Sorry about it. I was just coming out here to get some fresh air. I didn't.
All right.
Whatever.
They want to file?
Well, yes, but I mean, got in his face and threatened. I will shoot you. If I had a gun, I would kill you. That's what he said. So
Threatening
that's what we
violent
have. Right, threatening a violent act. They can't confirm that he has or possesses any weapons.
Threatening
They
violent
don't
act.
seem to think so. They're possibly. She sounds under the influence of something, maybe, but I didn't get close enough to smell anything or know and get that far. She's got pending, like aggravated, or not pending, but previous charges against him that were dropped. I don't know why they were dropped, and I didn't get that far with her, but she wants him to go to jail immediately tonight. So if we're trying to facilitate that, I'm sure they would be willing to write out some statements or get some information if we have a significant enough reason for that.
Well, and that's what he's gonna do. All we need is her on a statement.
Yeah. Well, Dad is the one that actually got assaulted. She witnessed it. So if Dad can... Yeah, so she's good.
Strangers
He
in
came
here.
out on his own.
Right, yeah, I heard that he had opened the door. I was just trying to keep them busy so that you guys could do what you need to do. Because that kind of sucks that the less lethal got
Like he goes
tied up
in
over
our
there.
room and searches and steals our shit.
If you two are good here, I'm going to go put this up.
I would like to have him arrested, and I would like to refile. That's what we're doing.
Olds?
No, I mean, I didn't know. I see him now standing outside the car.
Can I talk to the officer you said?
What's that?
They said I could talk to the other officer, the one in short.
Well,
I'm having like
so right,
panic, 'cause I haven't done anything, officer.
right, and so you're not going anywhere, but we've got to get information. We're just taking you to a separate place, and it was more comfortable in a car. We couldn't get you through the back gate where we had a closer car, so you got to the closest car available.
Alright, so we need to talk to you, we'll come and open this
Right.
door.
How long?
Go ahead and have a
I'm
seat
gonna
for
have a
now.
panic attack.
So
I
what?
really don't want
So
to.
what we've got to do is we've got to talk to
Talk
everybody who called.
I really do. I got like.
So we've got to talk to everybody who called and get information from them, see what they're wanting, and then we can ask you more questions. But right now, we wouldn't have a lot of the right questions to ask.
So I'm saying you guys.
There's nothing to panic over right now
Yeah.
because what he just said.
I understand.
Okay, we're still trying to figure it out ourselves. That's it.
I'm doing use as I can. It's like I got.
I got you, man. Lean back, I'm gonna turn the AC on for you and we'll be right back, alright?
Water, please.
We'll see you here in a minute. Lean back, I'll turn some AC on for you.
So misdemeanor threatening the violent act is what they're working on, and seeing if they can get enough out of our victims or reporting parties to file the necessary complaints, citations, and everything else. I was making sure you weren't asking him a lot of, especially leading questions, other than confirming his identity and.
No.
Hey Gaines, will you roll this back window down a little bit so I can hear him if we need to? A bad time?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I haven't done anything. I came out and just went to get some fresh air, and I've been placed in handcuffs. And I just wanted to let go. I was just gonna go for a walk with that.
Yeah, see, I'm not here asking you any questions. I'm just keeping an eye on you while they get the information they need. So what I can tell you is we're investigating misdemeanor threats of violence.
And then you can't be cited and released for a misdemeanor.
So, well, you can be cited and released for a misdemeanor,
That's what happened.
but that I can't tell you that's the exact course this is going to take.
I'm trying to stay calm. I know you got anxiety and you got PTSD. And if you came outside, I didn't check out the game. You got me real shaky. I'm trying to get myself over nothing. It's crazy. Open the doors.
I was going to say, if you've got room, we can pull him down so that if we need to change, we can do that. We're just taking him back to his house. Well, we'll work on that too. We're going to drive you down a little bit closer to the house now, okay?
No, I'm saying I full time. Alright, I don't know if you have or not, but can you run damage to make sure he doesn't have anything else in?
Going the emergency protective order route?
Yeah.
No, the affidavit and servable emergency copy.
I think, hey T, you got one? Okay. I think I've got one.
I have to dig, and mine's probably out of date.
Right, that's my...
If it's like whatever I have is old.
Covert off. Stop recording. Categorize. 1. Erased.
So, I'm gonna have to brush up on the policy on that. But, I have to call the uncalled Tulsa County judge.
Right.
But I don't know at which point we do that. I think,
We have to have it all filled out and ready, like their written statement to
Right.
basically call the judge. We call, they'll give us the information on yes, we can serve, or yes, it's valid, or we'll go
Okay.
forward with it, serve it. And then once we serve it, he's got to go somewhere. He's not going to have anywhere to go. If that's what they order, that he find a different place.
Yeah, he's gonna go to jail for throwing
Okay,
some
I didn't know
firearms.
if he was actually going to jail. Okay,
Yeah.
so if that's the case, I thought this was instead of doing the in custody for the stuff.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, if
we're
we
gonna-
got enough on them for the in custody, then we can do this at the jail and
Yeah.
be done. You know?
We can do it later.
We just need to make sure they've got everything on paper so that
Do
we
you have
can.
the name and contact information for the on?
I will tell him,
Who you telling? Lancaster?
Lancaster, that we've got the paperwork and all that stuff, so that's good. We need parents on statements,
Yeah.
and then we can go. Boom, and we can do this shit.
Is this going to be local or Tulsa County?
Tulsa County.
Okay.
Tulsa County, we're gonna do 2 counts. 2 counts of it of threatening violent act. Misdemeanor. Yeah. So that's why we need them on the statements signed. Threaten both of them.
Whoever's the protected person on the protective order will need to sign and write on. There should be a statement up part of that they have to fill out.
You want me to just leave this here?
Yeah. I'll go give it to him. You got your rear air on for him?
Yeah, you took it on. And the windows down because I was standing outside.
Can you run that to him, please?
Yep.
I'm gonna put it
Going to Lancaster. All right, T's trying to get you on the radio.
I thought it was already up. 22, yeah.
You got a two a long time ago. I was 3 years.
February 9th.
I was 4 years old.
He kicked the door, and there were 3 people trying to stop him from coming in, and I went flying.
Yeah.
Have you had anybody ever do these?
Never done this before.
This petition for protective order all needs to be completed. Petitioner is them, obviously. Defendant's him. And that's all his information, obviously.
Okay.
You're probably not going to have Tulsa County. They should give you most of what you need. This is the parts that they complete the petition for it. So they will complete it probably with your help. They'll have a statement, description of what's happening, what's going on, what the relief there is that they're requesting, and make sure they get a signature. That's their portion. Once you contact the judge, this is your statement about talking to the judge, his name, his information, and then your signature, testing officer, that this happened. The verbal instructions I gave you.
Is
So,
my
and
driver's
then once,
license number right there? If we want.
Yes.
You said you can get mine, right?
Yeah, I can get yours.
so it may or may not be granted, but
You can
so
write
once it's
yours.
granted, this is completed. So don't start this until we talk to the judge about what's going on. If he declines it, this doesn't get completed, because this is what would end up being served to him. So
So call them first.
call them first
run
after they've
down.
completed their front and back, and then if they go forward, if it grant it, then you can fill out the rest and serve him wherever he ends up being.
This your,
It's not my clipboard. I think it may be Cook's if it's not yours.
is he?
He's in the back of somebody's car. He's still here because we're making sure we had everything that they needed, and I have no idea what we have or what we need.
Yeah, yeah, so I can put him in custody and get him transported.
Okay. Lancaster's going on statements and the petition for it. Protective order.